Hello everyone, welcome again to the Hunterdon County Farm to Fork Facebook series. My name is Megan Muehlbauer, I'm the Hunterdon County Agricultural Agent. Since the weather was a little up and down this week, I'm doing this one with a pre-recorded video for you guys. But the videos are from, the video is from a pumpkin patch at the Rutgers University Snyder Research Farm, where I just was. Before showing you some of the pumpkins or going to those details, I wanted to provide you with a little background on pumpkins first. They are members of the Cucurbidaceae family, which actually encompasses 100 genuses and 700 species of fruits and vegetables, which also includes cantaloupe, cucumbers, and watermelons. Now, when we refer to a pumpkin, we're really referring to an orange, hard-skinned winter squash with a spherical shape, because there is actually no botanical distinction between a pumpkin and a squash. So now if you look through a seed catalog, you'll see there has been a ton of squash breeding that has been done, or specifically pumpkin breeding. There are over 100 varieties of pumpkins alone that are available to consumers. That doesn't even take into consideration the number of squash available. Now, the growth habits of pumpkins are one way in which you can classify the different varieties. There are three main growth habits: bush, semi-bush, and vining. Bush has tight, long internodes with close spacing. Semi-bush has short and long internodes. Vining, which is all the pumpkins that you're seeing in the videos, have really long internodes. And it's interesting to note that these vining varieties are the ones that result in the largest pumpkins because they produce long vines with lots of leaves that result in lots of photosynthesis occurring. Now, another way the pumpkins are classified is by size. In the videos, you'll see a really small pumpkin and some really large pumpkins, or some larger pumpkins. There is giant pumpkins, extra large standard pumpkins, which are your general jack-o'-lantern varieties. Those are the larger pumpkins that you're seeing in the videos. Large standard pumpkins, medium standard pumpkins, small standard, miniature, and specialty. Now, one of the oldest pumpkin varieties is named Connecticut Field. And fun fact, the largest pumpkin in the United States, in 2019 that is, weighed in at 2,294.5 pounds, and it was grown in Connecticut. In terms of U.S. pumpkin production, the top three pumpkin-producing states are Illinois, Pennsylvania, and New York. Overall, the United States produces 1 billion pounds of pumpkins per year. Now let's come back to those pumpkin patch pictures that I had shown, and let me go into a little more description of what you had been seeing or are seeing. Pumpkins grow well in warm, moist conditions like we have in New Jersey during our summer, and so that's why they grow really well at the Snyder Farm. They have large leaves, which are covered in little hairs, which you can see in the close-up of the leaf and the stem of the pumpkin. They can be a little itchy, and they're called trichomes. Pumpkins are monoecious, which means that the male and female flowers grow on the same plant. Interestingly, the male flowers grow first and bloom 1 to 2 weeks before the female flowers. The flowers are pollinated by honeybees and are sensitive to water stress. So if these pumpkins don't get enough water during their season, the flowers and the fruit will drop off. There are still a couple of flowers, funny enough, in this pumpkin patch that we're zoomed in on. Now, once it's time to harvest pumpkins, as many of you have done or will be doing, there are a few things to keep in mind. Pumpkins are ready to harvest when the handle at the top is stiff, which is generally September into October. So most pumpkins are ready. If they have not been picked, they are ready to be picked now. Ideally, you should use a sharp knife to cut that handle 3 to 4 inches above the fruit. Now, avoid cutting or bruising the flesh so that the skin stays hard and firm and intact. You should also choose pumpkins that feel heavy for their size. Now, this last thought is something that you should take note of for next year, because we've already gone past this time. But if you have a pumpkin that you pick in September and you want to hold it through to Halloween, if you wash it with a weak bleach solution, 1 tablespoon to 16 ounces of water, and you store it at 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit in a dry area, then that pumpkin will hold over to the next year. Or then that pumpkin will hold over till Halloween for you. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry this video was not officially a live video, but tune in on Thursday to watch our Family Consumer Health Science agent, Sandra Grenzi, and she's going to be making pumpkin hummus. Also, if anyone has still not picked their pumpkin yet, I strongly encourage you to look at our Hunterdon County 579 Trail website and find a pumpkin patch near you to go to pick your pumpkins for the year. Thanks, guys.